Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Media every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today, Saffron Tiger joins us. Welcome, Saffron.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to all our viewers, and good evening to Meena ji for yet another candid session. I look forward to discussing some important issues, and as always, thank you for inviting me on your show.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the first. Before we just go on to this, Saffron, in fact, I'd like to invite you also. On 26th, we are having at 8 p.m. We'll be having the International Bindi Day. So, it's a World Bindi Day. And we would like everybody to come in their ethnic wear, Indian wear, and you can put tikka and you can put, bindi to show your pride in Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, and also pride in being Indian. So, this is something we request you and all our viewers, if you're not able to come by any chance, do send us your pictures in our mail, and we will surely show it in a collage in our Singh. It will be a live session. And you can also give your messages on what is happening in India now. So it's very important. Saffron, so give us your support as well.
Absolutely, ma'am. You have my full support, and I will definitely try to make it. And in case if I am not, I will send my message and also send you a poster of myself in ethnic wear and wearing my Sanatan Dharma and values on my sleeves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, in fact, I just wanted to go on to the latest, horrifying murder of this young girl, Ankita Bhandari, and the murder was done by BJP leader Vinod Arya's son, Pulkit Arya. Okay. And this woman was only 19 years old, working as a receptionist in his Vanantara resort. Now, she was brutally, pushed into the river. We don't know whether she's been, brutally assaulted as well. Apparently, the postmortem reports have already come, and CM Pushkar Singh Dhami has ensured that stringent action will be taken irrespective of status. And also, people were so angry that they started burning the resort. And now, with a bulldozer, the government is now demolishing the resort. So this chief minister means business. He's not like what you would say Devendra Fadnavis of Maharashtra, or Eknath Shinde. This is something that he has done on the first few days itself. Now, the only niggling doubt is that why did they demolish the resort? Because there could have been clues to what was happening exactly there. Because everybody was saying that he was running a prostitution racket. Now, so let's move on to another thing that I found rather, surprising, Saffron. These are some of the Instagram pictures of Sushant Singh's sisters, Shweta Singh, Kirti, and you'll see that you can see they talk about happiness and, the ingredients that go into it, the chemical ingredients that go into it, for example, dopamine, endorphins, and all that. And then also, she talks about her soulmates. And see, if you look at all these pictures, Saffron, what one sees is that there's a lot of happiness among the sisters, and, just like what you and me and the people here who are fighting for justice for Sushant, they don't seem very worried. There seems to be absolutely no inkling of, sorrow. And they keep, saying that, Sushant's spirit is there. But there's somewhere you get this feeling that these sisters don't care a damn. So what is your take on that, Saffron? Mute. You're on mute.
Yeah. So as far as Shweta Singh Kirti is concerned, right from the day one, it kind of I got a very weird feeling where she was writing very long posts about how she was not able to get to India and how she was having problems buying the tickets and all those things. Initially, I still gave her benefit of doubt when because we were all having our own sets of problems. Everybody was going through the pandemic, right? The entire world was having problems. So I thought that maybe like this sister is really looking forward to getting justice for her brother. But ever since then, what I've seen is that she has just played this opportunity to her advantage in gaining attention. And I think within it's not my place to grief shame anyone, but considering the kind of case that we are talking about, the very nature of the crime, the brutality of the murder of Sushant Singh Rajput, I expected much more seriousness and sincerity towards getting justice for their sibling. You know, maybe it's not your own sibling. It's not like you might be step brothers or step siblings, whatever it may be. I'm not even related to Sushant Singh Rajput. You are not related to him. Our viewers are not, but we are so emotionally connected. I feel I don't have a iota of doubt in my mind that all of us are far, 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 far more emotionally connected to Sushant than Sushant Singh Rajput's sisters will ever be in a million lifetimes. Given the way they are doing, the things that I'm seeing on social media, uh, there are a lot of people who are still telling the family that don't blame family, जीना छोड़ दे क्या, ये कर दे क्या. अरे भाई, जीना मत छोड़ो, बट अपने भाई के लिए, जस्टिस के लिए आवाज तो उठाओ. You have all the time in the world to wear all the makeup and sexy dresses, whatnot, and post it on, I'm going on a date night, or I'm doing this, I'm eating this kind of food. You have all the time in the world to wish Ankita Lokhande all the best for her future projects, or whatever she is intending to do. But you have no time. You think that you don't owe any action in public towards getting justice for your brother, and you think that you just being a sibling of Sushant Singh Rajput should give you a right that you are facing the most pain, whereas nothing from your action is seeming so, appearing so. Even politicians have to do things to give a sense to people that they are working on right track. But you, on the other hand, you are just busy writing poems, creating events like that our very own dear crocodile Smita Parekh used to do, plant for Sushant Day. On his birthday, I'm going to laugh, hee hee ha ha, right? These kind of shameless people, I really have no respect for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, moving on to the latest about Xi, I'd like to clarify something here. See, all rumors of military coup in China turns out to be false. Here is how the claims of house arrest of Jinping went viral. The rumors were fueled by a large-scale cancellation of flights at Beijing airport and a massive military buildup in the city for an exercise. Amid large-scale cancellations of flights at Beijing airport and a massive military buildup in Beijing, rumors about a coup in China are going around for the last few days. It has been claimed by many that President Xi Jinping has been removed from the post and that he's been put under house arrest by PLA. However, nothing has been confirmed till now, and probably the rumors are not true. Here, I'd like to tell you, friends, that even Dr. Swami had tweeted this. In the last few days, several Chinese social media handles have claimed that Xi Jinping has been stripped of his military powers and is under house arrest. It was claimed that the coup took place when the Chinese premier was in Samarkand in Uzbekistan to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. According to the rumors, when Xi Jinping was in Samarkand, his distractors in the party convinced the party's top leadership to remove him from the leadership of the army. According to News Highland Vision, former Chinese President Hu Jintao and former Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao had persuaded Zongs, the former member of the Politburo Standing Committee, to take the control of the CGB, which is the Central Guard Bureau from Jinping. Now, Central Guard Bureau is a specialized organization responsible for the protection of senior party members, including Jinping, their families, and important foreign dignitaries. After control of CGB was taken away from Jinping, the Politburo Standing Committee abolished Xi's military authorities, it was claimed. When Jinping found out about the development, he immediately returned to Beijing, but he was apprehended at the airport on 16th September and was put under house arrest at Zongnanhai, the rumors claimed. It is notable that the central headquarters for the Chinese Communist Party, the State Council of China, and the Office of the Chinese Premier, among other offices, are located at Zongnanhai in Beijing. It's also being said that the current situation in China is being controlled by former President Hu Jintao. To add fuel to the humor, a video was shared widely on social media claiming that it showed a large contingent of Chinese People's Liberation Army left for Beijing and the convoy was 80 kilometers long. Among other things, the claim with the video was also shared by the Chinese activist Ban Junzi. He wrote that the front of the convoy had reached Hualai near Beijing, while the end was at Zhangjiakou in Hebei province, and therefore the convoy was 80 kilometers road. However, the video shared with the claim is less than 1 minute long, which shows a few military vehicles on the road. Therefore, the claim of an 80-kilometer long military convoy could not be proven. Another event that added to the speculation was the large-scale cancellation of flights at Beijing airport. It has been reported by many that around 6,000 flights have been cancelled at the airport, with the claim that the flights over Beijing had been cancelled for military operations in view of this coup. Some reports had said that 60% of flights were cancelled instead of 6,000. So these are only rumors, friends. So it's not true. So let us not jump the gun, though all of us would have been happy had this happened. Now, in a very, yeah, please.
Oh, I just wanted to say that China has been one of those nations who has been constantly struggling with all of the neighboring nations. They have no friendship with any of the nations like surrounding them. And I wouldn't be surprised if a communist nation is treating their leader in the way we are listening that he's being treated. So, yeah, like you said, you're right on the money. When you said that, like, we would be happy to know that he is facing his just deserts, but it's only to be seen whether there is any grain of truth to this news or not.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, another good piece of news, Saffron, is that this is something that we had wanted as women. See, the UP government has actually approved legislation prohibiting anticipatory bail to accused in crime against women and children. So let's just, yeah. The amendment bill seeks to alter the POCSO Act and Section 438 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. This implies that if a person is arrested for a serious crime against a woman, they will not be eligible for anticipatory release. On Thursday, the Uttar Pradesh government, led by CM Yogi, adopted zero tolerance towards crime against women and children. The government passed the Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Bill 2022, which bars anticipatory bail for persons convicted of crime against women and children. Now, see, Saffron, this is such an important law because all the time what these people do, especially politicians, is that they commit the crime and they take anticipatory bail and then they just walk out. Now, if you look at the woman minister, who's been in power now for the last tenure, see, she has not done nothing. So many women have died in suspicious circumstances, children been missing, yet nothing has been done. Look at the way Yogi is going forward. This is the law that women needed.
My respect for the women leader as well as Mr. Yogi ji has skyrocketed after hearing this news. I really hope that this bill gets passed, and not only in the state, but also in the center, upper house, whereas anticipatory bail is not allowed for perpetrators of crimes against women, especially when they are of serious nature like rape and sexual assault and murder. These things should be taken into account, and this had to be done a lot earlier, but I'm at least glad that this change is happening, maybe a little later, but at least it is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the next piece of news. It's about Jacqueline Fernandez's stylist. So this is the lady that we were talking about, Saffron, the girl who got killed. Yeah. So moving on to Jacqueline Fernandez, stylist. She admits receiving 3 crores from the conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar to buy expensive gifts for the actress. After Jacqueline Fernandez, Pinky Irani, and Noor Fatehi, now the former stylist has been summoned by the Economic Offence Wing of Delhi Police for questioning regarding the Sukesh Chandrasekhar 200 crore extortion case. Now, Lipakshi Elawadi, who worked as Jacqueline's stylist in the past, was called in to interrogate about the kind of relationship the actress had with the accused. Now, according to PTI reports, as stated by the EOW officials, Lepakshi has admitted that there was a relationship between Jacqueline and the conman, revealing about how he contacted her to know about Jacqueline's likes and dislikes regarding fashion. She accepted receiving 3 crores from him. Talking about it, Lepakshi mentioned that Sukesh had given them money to buy her branded outfits and luxurious accessories. However, along with this, she also shared that after knowing Sukesh's arrest report, Jacqueline had cut all ties with him. Now, the EOW official told he contacted her, the stylist, last year to know about the brands and types of clothing preferred by Jacqueline. He took suggestions from her and also handed 3 crores to her to buy her favorite clothes. The entire amount received by Chandrasekhar was spent by Elawadi to purchase gifts for Jacqueline. A while back, when Jacqueline was named as accused in the money laundering case charge sheet filed by ED, the actress had pleaded before Appellate Authority of PMLA, when she stated, "The approach of ED, unfortunately, seems to be highly mechanical and motivated." The plea also stated other celebrities who received gifts from Sukesh were made witnesses, while Jacqueline was mentioned as an accused. This clearly shows a malified, motivated, and biased approach on the part of the investigative authorities. Now here, Saffron, it's not only, Jacqueline's family that has benefited from Sukesh, but also all the, even the stylists as well, and the people working with her, it seems.
See, whenever there is an organization being run by a criminal, uh, the you can see the nuances of the crimes, the effects of those criminal activities going all the way from the top of the totem pole to the very bottom of the pyramid. And that's why someone like Jacqueline Fernandez, as well as like this Sukesh con man, they are like a very well knit part of this cabal, who are who knows, they might be involved in several other criminal activities. This is money laundering case is something that just came out in the open, but there might be a lot of muck that must be attached to these characters. I won't be surprised if they were also involved in some serious crimes involving, trafficking of humans and whatnot. But the very sense of these crimes and the information that has been coming out in the open gives you what level of investigation the ED is doing, and credit goes to the central government for taking up these issues. Uh, if uh, if uh, there was any other government, it would have been very inefficient, and I don't think someone from the Congress party would have had the guts to get the job done in the manner it is being done now. I mean, who would have thought that a conman like Sukesh would be so deep inside this nexus that he has crores and crores of rupees at his hands, all that blood money, criminal money, money obtained from illegal proceeds, that he's showering towards his charlatan, and she's one other shameless lady who has no ethics, who has no moral values, who is best stuck to anybody who has money, then be it a king of Bahrain or be it a farmhouse owner who is a very mega star in India. So these kind of people is someone this lady is associated with. So I think karma is hovering around her, and she will be brought to justice soon.
Yeah, yeah. So there's an interesting question from Mira Gobaran. She says, "Who do you think was clicking this picture of Jackie and the con man taking this selfie?"
I think this picture is being taken. Okay, this picture is being taken by Sukesh himself, right? Because he has the
No, but
phone there.
then you think that that's how they pose if you take a selfie? It's in front of a mirror, I guess.
Yeah, it's in front of a mirror. That's why it is coming that way, right?
Uh,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
True.
So so yeah, like I would say that, like, let's not, like, again, let's not take sides with any party, I would say. But because there are some questionable elements within both parties, but at least it's good to see that someone from the central government is taking up the initiative to go after these people. And also, like, maybe slightly different from the topic, but also the way NIA has been working on the PFI case. It is
Yes.
like, I have so many supporters in Kerala and who come from Kerala and have been closely following it, and they say that, like, it's a great job that they are doing. And I couldn't be more proud of the work that these agencies are doing. I hope the similar work is being uh, is is being done in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. And my respect for these agencies will go by leaps and bounds if they bring the perpetrators, right from Baby Penguin all the way down to the cooks and Siddharth Pithani and all these charlatan ladies who are involved in getting Sushant Singh Rajput murdered. Uh,
Yeah.
so can't wait for that to happen.
Vladimir says, yes, we are fighting a civilizational war with PFI. India is the only representative of our culture. We cannot allow these incidents like Pulkit murder. Yes, absolutely. So this is something, and you if you look at it, these are all people from Kerala in this PFI. And they're all funded by people from the Middle East, people who do not care about India. They just want to, sort of tear it apart. Now,
Ma'am,
moving, yeah, yes,
no, you go
yes,
ahead, ma'am.
yeah. Now, moving on to the next topic.
Sure.
So now Swara Bhaskar exposes the business model of boycott Bollywood, and that's what she's now, because her movie is out now, so she's in the news again. The trend boycott Bollywood has gained momentum the past few, I would say more than a year, and several big films have fallen prey to the negative. Actors are now starting to speak out against the trend, while some said that it was just a fad and that it would go away. Now, actor Swara Bhaskar said that it was a bit exaggerated and has now even exposed the true business model behind this negative trend. The actor says that recently she shared a screenshot of a right-wing entertainment page that called Bollywood as Urduwood. The tweet shared by the page was a plea for donations, and it claimed that the money will not be used to sponsor Fawad Khan's or hug David Headley or accuse Hindus of 2611. Sharing the tweet, Bhaskar wrote, "The profitable business of boycott Bollywood." In an interview with Frontline, she said, "I think the popular narrative around boycott Bollywood is a bit skewed, a little exaggerated. It's not capturing the whole picture. I agree with you that it's a moment of disruption for the film industry, specifically theatre. But that disruption is happening in the modes of distribution, in the way the streaming experience and pandemic induced closures have changed viewers' preferences and priorities." And she said, "Oh, it's all in the name of SSR. It's a very well thought out, organized campaign, and it is funded. They are themselves asking for money on Twitter. It's purely agenda driven. And once you understand that the agenda is and who's funding it, you get the whole picture. And then it becomes hard to see it as an organic phenomenon." Now, here, Saffron, see, this lady is actually paid to write such things, and she's so upset that her movie, the recent movie ever, Four Friends, has flopped. And all the other movies, look, from everything from Brahmastra, everything is flopping. So there is a terrible fear among the actors about what is their future. Will they have to go and clean tables, or join, small menial jobs?
Ma'am, I would say that even the menial, they are not even worthy of the menial jobs. At least the people who are doing these menial jobs or blue collar jobs, so to speak, they are working hard, and their money is not made out of the dirty money that comes from the illegal proceeds. However, people like Swara Bhaskar, we know where their loyalties are tied up and what is their agenda to always make sure that. There is some kind of resistance created in their own country, the same country where they were born and raised, and kind of maybe like grew up in a very deracinated environment. And maybe that's the reason why they are they still choose to remain blinded by the truth. And I would like to really thank her, that she gave attention to that tweet and spread it to further audiences by tweeting about it, because I'm hoping that there might be some of her followers who might not have noticed at that. I think that tweet was from Gems of Bollywood, if I'm
Yeah,
not uh,
Debs of Profit,
wrong.
yes.
Yeah. And it might have given more visibility to other people who may not have noticed it on his handle. So I would really like to thank Swara Bhaskar for promoting the agenda. We have an agenda, and the agenda is to tell the truth. So we have a very good agenda. We are not afraid of anybody, and we are not afraid of calling spade a spade, be it from any government, any body. It might be from a BJP government as well, and that's why, I have tremendous respect for your channel, where you are bringing out truth in front of the people as it is, without sugarcoating it.
Thank you so much. Rinky is asking you, do you think SSR case has gone under the blanket, never to come up again? I thoroughly feel so.
It feels that way to most of the people. However, I think we have to keep some hope. I feel that we still have a chance before the next election where there might be some movement. And if it has to happen, I think it will have to happen sometime around 2023, a year before the Lok Sabha election, where it sets a tone. Obviously, there is no doubt in my mind, and this is my personal opinion, that if that happens, BJP will be taking some political mileage on this issue, and maybe it might not be long before people from mainstream media channels start speaking about it. That being said, I believe I'm here for getting justice for SSR one way or the other. Lot of people have taken lot of advantage over SSR case. So if BJP also gets an advantage, I don't care about it. I just want SSR case to be solved. And why not? If they are doing everything in their capacity to give justice to SSR, then let them earn those brownie points that they deserve. They have done everything else in their election manifesto, whatever they have said. They talked about scraping Article 370. They did that. They talked about building Ram Mandir. They did that. So this will be one new thing. I want that they should add this thing in their manifesto, that Sushant Singh Rajput and all who were murdered in relation to that case, they will also be brought to book. I'm saying it's not going it's not something they will write in their manifesto, but I really want to see them take measurable actions towards it. Although this hope is very slim, but it is there.
Also, Saffron, and my take on this, Ricky, is that there are two signs that the case will be solved. The two signs are that, one, the judges, even the Supreme Court has said that from now on, the cases will be, in camera, which means that the cases will be visible to all viewers. So there'll be transparency in big cases. And second thing that I feel, is that this PFI, this rate on PFI is linked to drugs, and drugs is linked to SSR case. So, I think they're, taking the bigger picture in mind, okay, catching them, questioning them, coming closer and closer. If you know also that Ajit Doval has set his base in Mumbai, so that means he's very serious about what's happening in Mumbai, in Maharashtra. So that is a very, very big move, I thought, and really good, they've done that. So, Rinky, I feel that these two things are pointing towards the right direction. Yes, sir.
Ajit Doval is someone who would make a move for no reason. So the very
Yes.
fact that he has moved to
Yes.
Mumbai must be
Yeah, the
he's very
NSA
close
head
to-
office is now there. So
Exactly.
that is a very, very big move. Now, something that Maya says is very interesting. Maya says, because this is what I was asking yesterday and day before. Let government of Delhi, LET, government of Delhi has asked for investigation of money laundering in Tihar jail. So let us see who has been funding Sukesh and how he's been running a racket from inside the jail. These were the very questions, Maya, we've been asking for the past few days. How come so much of crime is happening in the Tihar jail, where actresses can come and go out, fly in private jets, get gifts, and he goes and deals with them. So what were these things happening? Where were the jail authorities at all? So this is a very good move by the Governor of Delhi. So, meanwhile, in the case of Sonali Phogat, Sonali murder case, the judicial custody of accused Sudhir and Sukhwinder has been extended by 14 days. Now, the court in Goa on Friday extended the judicial custody of these two people arrested in connection with the death of Sonali Phogat. She was brought dead to a private hospital in Anjuna on August 23, with police claiming she was given an obnoxious substance mixed with water to drink, after which she collapsed and she died. The Mapusa Judicial Magistrate First Class extended the custody of these two people by 14 days. The two are charged with murder and are lodged in the central jail at Kolbali. The officials also said that the CBI plea to interrogate Sagwan and Singh in jail has been allowed by the court. So now that the CBI has entered into it, at least the family seems to be happy that some concrete action is being taken on this case, because you remember the family was not very confident of the Goan police investigating it, just like in Sushant's case, Mumbai police. But I don't know if they can extend Sushant's case for 2.5 years, what they're going to do with Sonali's case.
uh, at least there is one thing that, this case has gone to CBI so quickly, uh, and we are hearing news from the family, at least, that they are happy that the action has been taken, unlike Sushant Singh Rajput's family, who's chosen to keep mum, and they have done everything in their capacity to make money out of it and get some footage, rather than sincerely working towards the case. Even the lawyer that they were hiring, they could not do enough due diligence to make sure that the lawyer that they were working with was of upright moral values, who would not shake hands with the Bollywood cabal, which is what he ended up doing. So yeah, like one of our viewers is saying, her family acted quickly. Saffron, yes, I agree with you that their family acted quickly. Not only their family, you have seen so many families. Rabia ji in Jia Khan case, you have that poor girl who was brutally murdered, Janvi Kukreja's mom. She's going hammer and tongs over the
Yeah, yeah.
perpetrators, and been following up the case, going on all the YouTube channels and wherever she can to get justice for her departed daughter. But on the contrary, where you have so much support, global support from people all over the world and in India, and what do you choose to do? You choose to stay in your corner, in a room, and see all the tamasha, because it is a tamasha to you. You are standing there when you're in front of your brother's dead body, and you see nothing wrong, you see
No,
no foul play, and then someone like Sandeep Singh is keeping his arm around your shoulders, and you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. I
exactly.
mean, what level of, either you are have an IQ of a very disgustingly low level, or you have moral values of disgustingly low level. Either
Yeah,
of these is,
absolutely.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
because I don't know them personally. Otherwise, I would have opined on that too.
Yeah. Jyoti Lakshmi says, Hi Minaji. Saffron Tiger, happy belated birthday from my kiddo Tanya and my son to you. Happy to see you, Saffron. You give Sushant Singh Rajput a very vibes, very genuine in your speech.
Thank you, Jyoti Lakshmi ji, and to all of the viewers who have
Yeah, I think
wished
all of us
you.
wished you, yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was hoping that nobody would remember, but I think it came out on Twitter, and then I was yeah, thank you to all of you. Thank you so much.
Veera says, Kerala has changed since the Gulf money has been pouring in. Here, let me just tell you an incident when I was in Dubai, Saffron. See, because we were in luxury magazine section, we used to deal with a lot of the rich people, the rich local Arabs. So one of the local Arabs, who we had invited for a media party, he was, he was very happy about the magazine and all that. So I was telling him, see, how are you, are you connected with India? So he said, yes, yes. I give a lot of money, I donate a lot of money to madrasas, in Kerala, where they teach children. See, He's a rich man. He's traveled far and wide. He knows exactly what madrasas are for and what they teach in madrasas. So the money that comes in is not for educating the child properly. It is about religious teachings. So why would they spend money on that? Then later, there were rumors that even under the mosque they used to hide all these weapons. Should there be some sort of riot? You remember the Mopla massacre? So it seems like they're always prepared for something like that. So this huge attack on PFI, and that also in a midnight raid, without anybody knowing about it. Even the local police were not aware of it. That's how Amit Shah and Dowell worked on it. It was a very, very quiet operation, and the big people, the top people were caught. Now everything is going to come out because these people are not going to get out of jail so easily. And these are the people who have been wanting to destroy India. And if you look at Kerala, this kind of riots that are happening there, it's all by this PFI. So all these hidden worms are coming out. So it's a very good move.
Absolutely, it's a very good move. And can you see the pattern? Before also, like, this has been going on for a long time. This drug problem has been going on for a long time, not only in south but also from the north. So if you look at the map of India, you had problem coming in from Pakistan. There's drug related problem apart from terrorist infiltration and all that instability in Kashmir. You have problems with the communist from the China, around, the border of Arunachal Pradesh and northeast fiasco which has been going around. Then you have problems even with the Myanmar Rohingyas, right? Infiltration. So I'm sure that, all of these border, India is surrounded by certain I would say elements that, makes it very difficult to, have stability in those regions. And obviously these regions are being funded internationally, so there is money coming in from America and several other places, right, to do this. And that's what was happening in south as well. So I am really happy to see that Amit Shah and Narendra Modi are taking these people head on. And we also have someone like in form of, I would like to take this opportunity to call his name out, Mr. Jaishankar, who on an international platform is wearing his dominance and making that, the voice of India and Indians matters, and the interest of India will be taken into serious consideration whenever there is any decision to be made. So I couldn't be more proud of any better leaders leading the country at this time.
In fact, there's a very interesting incident about, the Jaishankar, where there was some sort of an interview, and he was saying that, see, there was a problem in one of the countries, and it was 12:30 when he got a call, and there's no, the name doesn't come appear when the prime minister calls, and he said, "Jage ho," so he said yes, and he said, "TV ke samne ho." And so he said yes. So he said, how long do you think it will take to solve the problem? So he said, just give me a few hours. We are working on it, and we will, give the details to your office. So he said, mujhe kehna chahiye, So tell me, not my team. You see. So Jaishankar was saying, look at him. Even the smallest of problems or biggest of problems, he's involved in it. So that's our prime minister, for us. Very important, because his eyes are all over. Just when people were complaining that PFI are killing people, doing total destruction, and why is the center quiet? You see, they took 2 years to plan this. 2 years. And the way they did it, it was a very brilliant operation. Now, this operation will lead to the next thing, which is the drugs, and then most probably Bollywood is going to come under the radar. And once Bollywood comes under the radar, we will have all these arrogant people, this Arjun Kapoor and all, who said that they'll teach us a lesson because of what got Bollywood. All these Alia Bhatt, that they, Kareena Kapoor. Don't watch our movies if you don't want to. They are the ones who are going to have to work as, chaprasis, because that will be the end of their careers.
Ma'am, that is the hope that all of these people are brought to justice. One thing that will happen, I don't know if, honestly, if central government will go against Bollywood hammer and tongs, but at least even if they are successful in getting the drug problem, removed from India, and in Mumbai, which is prevalent there in the Bollywood cabal, I think it will Bollywood will be taking a big hit, and they will know that India is not a that Mumbai is not a city which is run by someone sitting in Karachi or Dubai, but it is run by the guy who is of upright moral values sitting in Delhi.
Yeah.
And I for once cannot shy away from saying this again and again, that Narendra Modi, Yogi Adityanath ji, Jai Shankar ji, they are the best leaders we have currently, and the hope is such that the drug culture gets eliminated. Whether they are going to take Bollywood or not, I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, because there's a lot of things if they were so against Bollywood, they would have definitely done something in Sushant Singh Rajput case. Although there is some hope. Before the next Lok Sabha election, expect that there should be some movement in Palghar incident, as well as Mansukh Bhai Hiren murder case, as well as Sushant Singh Rajput murder case. In these three murder cases, there should be some movement which will ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book.
Yeah. So, when we were speaking about SSR Sisters, Joshi makes a remark. He says, after my brother passed away, we didn't even buy one expensive thing. They are enjoying their brother was killed so brutally. What kind of sisters does he have? So here, people always say, the people who are close to them always say that, see, the cabal is threatening them, so they're not, saying anything. Second, the thing is that they've been paid very well. For example, where did the money for all the cars that he had, Sushant had, his BMW bike, and then his everything, where did that money go? Yes, sir.
uh, हम लोगों की लाइफ जो होती है, lives of people like us is far different than lives of people like SSR sisters, who I don't know how much they were connected to Sushant even back then before his death, when he was getting manipulated, how often these sisters tried to make attempt to ensure that the brother was in safe place, right? I mean, you didn't spend time to stay mum, you stayed mum throughout the process when he was killed, and after that, when the entire world was crying for justice, after a year and a half, you woke up to your senses when all that property division and all that lane then must have taken place. Now you are coming on Republic channel or going to these ground protests, and sometimes you are laughing, sometimes you cry. It almost feels like you have replaced Smita Parekh, but chalo, Smita Parekh, we could even understand that she was a fake lady and she had some ulterior motive. What is your ulterior motive now, coming to the campaign and acting too little and too late, right? I'm sure that we will take up a lot of heat for saying that these two people are constantly going against the families, but at some point you have to realize that the SSR sisters are not 10-year-old kids. They are freaking adults. You can't say that, oh, the sister is being manipulated by Smita Parekh, or the sister is being manipulated by elephant or smuggler, or the sister is now being manipulated by this thing like a California YouTuber. You can't say that. You have to, at some point, you have to see things for what they are, and you have to call things for what they are. It's very simple. You have to go after the perpetrators. You have to be ready with your answers for all the tough questions that people have been asking you. Now like, yeah, because like nobody is making any progress, so people have like gone quiet, they have gone out of the movement and things like that. But people like us will always remember and keep asking those tough questions to you. So
Yeah,
I don't think these sisters are going to get us justice. If at all there's going to be any justice, it can come through the BJP government. Honestly, I'm not so sure how serious they are to take up this case, even if it is for political mileage.
absolutely. Martin is also wishing you happy birthday, belated birthday, Saffron.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Martin G, and to all the viewers. And it's a pleasure being on your show always, Meena ma'am. I guess, like, time always flies away. Even I look at the clock and 45 minutes just
yeah,
went by, and I feel like we have so much to talk. But
yeah.
it's always
So
a
it's
pleasure.
time to allow the young father to get back to to Lady Boss.
Yes, yes,
so,
absolutely. Absolutely,
so
ma'am.
thank you
And
so much,
pleasure.
Saffron, for your valuable time with us
Thank
and answering some of the questions as well. So we'll see you
Thank
next week, same time.
you.
Good night.
Next week, ma'am, I may not be available, so we'll try to do it some other day.
Yeah,
I'll We
okay.
will discuss about it. Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
meanwhile,
ma'am.
friends, I'll just take some of your comments. So it's back to me. Good night, Saffron. Yeah. So let me just take a few important comments that you have said, friends, because as you know, the comments go so fast that I can't even pin one down. Bandari says BJP should directly be told bringing culprits of SSR and put them in place, or else no votes. Yes, a lot of the people have wished Saffron as well. Shaila says, all Sanatanis, keep your energy and hope high. The universe will support the light. All dark entities have no chance. Time to shine. Yes, I think this is for your answer to Rinky, who feels that the SSR case may not be solved. So let me tell Rinky once again that you don't know how the universe moves. Things fall here, some things come up there. So everything will move in SSR's favor. Keep your spirits high. Madam, please ask sir, when SSR broke up with Notaki, what is the need for them to be in touch with her? Why are they going against him when he was alive, which doesn't go well with SSR? A very well asked question by Joshi. See, initially, Joshi, the people who were with the sisters were, as you say, crocodile and elephant and all that. Those were people who are a part of the cabal. So they were directing them, who to speak to and what not to speak to. So in their, book of favorite people, Nautaki is one of the top. So that's why they said they, tried to show people that they're very close to her to whitewash her character. For all you know, this girl and her husband, her rich husband, knew everything. Even they knew that he is going to be murdered. So I do not trust this woman at all. Karthik says, Lord Padmanabha cannot be touched by any of these sinners. If they do, they will be burned to ashes. His family has to be proactive with the case. Yes, absolutely. Boycott, yeah, Bollywood. We can make BJP do that, but they're doing their job well. Maybe we can start next year before elections. Kaushik says, death of SSR was triggering point, which brought tsunami of boycott Bollywood. I think even for political parties, it is a shocker. People had enough. That is why the movement started. This can't be done in a day. Absolutely. Gloria says, yes, because Bollywood have no plans. B as a backup, as they are barely educated. Yes. I would use a stronger word than hypocrisy. Treachery is more the word. Shaila, Lord Parshuram should come and finish these evil creatures in the places he created. Nisha Thomas says, nowadays it's getting even so difficult to judge anyone as a good guy. All are crooks. Welcome, Dibe. And Seema, welcome. That's why all are part of the cabal. No one is an exception. Welcome, Sunita, as always. The coastal area, this is the problem that even the advocate Vivekanand spoke about. The coastal area of India, Kerala, Bangalore, Goa should be thoroughly cleansed and sanitized. Too much money laundering, drugs, trafficking is going on there. Yes, China. It's not only all the things that you mentioned, including taking of young women to Middle East, as slaves, sex slaves. Vladimir says a PFI used 2 lakh saving accounts to launder money is mind-boggling. Yeah, and also Vladimir, I received your email about what's happening in UK, and the people who are, who don't stand with India and the kind of, panelists these mainstream media ask, to come and they speak against Hindus. It's terrible, if you are a mainstream media, I would always say that, see, don't try to get two versions when the other side is totally corrupt, and biased. There's no point. It's like, calling a mad person there, Vladimir. If I call, for example, Saffron, and I call somebody who's totally against Saffron and the what topic we are attending, and he, blasts us. Yes, it is a different point of view, of course. But if he's mad, then his views are not welcome. Half the time what happens in a lot of these mainstream channels is that they invite hate mongers, And I remember, when we were having this Bangalore problem with women, wanting to wear veils, they were calling young girls, very young girls, who could hardly speak, and they were talking about the veil, and they had no idea. And they were just shouting, we want the veil, we want the veil, Get people who are, educated. Get people who know the history. Get people to know what are the things, put in your rule as rules or law, to speak. Don't get idiots. So this is my, thoughts. When I read your mail, it is. I don't know why we even give importance to such people, Vladimir, panelists who hate India. He says, Vladimir says they had all the infrastructure to run a parallel government, communications, sea routing systems, okay, NGOs to take care of dead Gator family. It is headed by educated people with a huge support base. This is what I'm telling you, Vladimir. The people in the Middle East, they are very rich people who are funding them. And, see, whenever Vladimir and all the other viewers, when you have money in hand, you can do a lot of things. Our problem is that, see, Hindus need to be united. If you try to talk to, and let me tell you very frankly, and this, of course, you may not agree with me, all of you, but I've always seen that on social media, when, I'm discussing something, you will have someone coming from the other side, usually a Hindu, arguing his head off, saying that what we are saying is wrong. Okay, he had his 5 minutes of argument and he went off. What did that prove? Did he think that my point would be changed? It wouldn't. But it just showed that, see, how disunited you are. See, whenever there's a cause, for example, boycott Bollywood happened. Everybody joined hands. And what happened? Bollywood is becoming bankrupt by stages. It's going down a ladder. Karan Johar's blah blah, and Ayan's blah blah doesn't work. Because people are so intelligent that they've been posting pictures of each and every theatre around the world. And many people have been posting all the statistics. So who are you fooling? So what's happening is, if you really are united Hindus, you can work wonders. That's why when I say, when you come on International Bindi Day, World Bindi Day, on 26th, on our live program, it is to show solidarity that Hindus are. It's a pride to be a Hindu. Let us speak with one voice. It is not a symbol, it's not an emblem, It's about talking about our culture, and that we are proud. You can, wear westernized clothes wherever you go. You can, you go to offices and all that. But at heart, you are an Indian. At heart, India gave birth to you. And more important than your parents is your country. So please, this is what I'm asking you, friends. Whenever you do things, try to ignore the niggling small doubts and join hands with patriots, and any cause that makes it strong. Join hands. That makes the cause strong. If you look at other religions, even they don't agree, they will hit their heads against it. But when it comes to any cause, they are one. And that is their success. Remember that. That is their success. Let me just take a few comments. For which, okay, let me just see. Meena ji, you question portrayal of women in films, which is demeaning, and point out that Indian women have achieved so much. Then why this contrast? I think you've stumbled on some big conspiracy. I didn't get you, Kaushik. If you could explain further. If Meena ji, you question portrayal of women in films, which is demeaning. Yes, I did that yesterday. And point out that Indian women have achieved so much. Then why this contrast? I think you've stumbled on some big conspiracy. I've already explained this time and again. See, what the cabal wants to do is to portray women as sex slaves, and to rip apart the social fabric of India, which keeps everybody close together. Why do you enjoy a good wedding or a gathering? Because you see people and you join hands and you enjoy. It's because of the bonding. If the bonding is not there, what happens? So that's why, Kaushik. So it's something I think everybody knows. Probably they wanted to enjoy the AC and sleep for a couple of hours. So much humility in Mumbai. Do sisters know SSR going to be killed, ma'am? Oh my God! If yes, pathetic. No, it's not like that, Joshi. Not that the people are, when you were talking about the other Ankita, and the others, they were aware of it. That I can tell you 100%. I'm sure that the people behind the scenes, not the sisters. I'm sure the sisters didn't know. It was the certain people who knew about it, and they acted naive. Feel sad for the murder of a young lady in Rishikesh. We have covered it, Maya, in the initial report. God knows what his brother-in-law is doing. It almost feels like they know the truth and they don't want to act. The sisters left that brother with Ria. They have no face or shame left. There might be either two things. The sisters left him with these knowing nothing. Maybe they did not suspect anything, or it might be they did it knowingly. There's something against women is going on to damage, yes, family culture. Question. Minaji, please cover the fabulous lives of Bollywood wives. Is it very important, Kia? What is there to cover? I'll tell you in few words what Bollywood wives covers. Okay. First thing is they come with minimal clothes. Okay, and they're all 40 plus, 50 plus. So whatever glamour is left of them, they are trying their best to reveal that in these short itsy bitsy dresses. Second thing is their their dialogues are limited to what is the drink you're having, or what is the aperitif, or the nibbles that you're having, and what is Karan Johar doing or designing. Okay, so their dialogues are also extremely limited. Third thing is they are so obsessed with their children only working with Karan Johar. They don't want them to get educated. They don't want them to do other things. All they have to do is go and work with Karan Johar in Dharma films. Their life is made. Okay, and then the last thing is that because they're all fossilized, they try to recharge their wedded life by doing monkey-like antics. That's it. Nothing more than that. So I don't know how you would want me to do a review or something on that, because I've been talking about the terrible scenes that they have in that, and how pathetic these women look. And for example, even the Salman Khan's brother's wife, they've been divorced for 5 years. How come she's still a Bollywood wife? And then moreover, Karan Johar goes around saying that let's name it Bollywood, let's have it as Indian cinema. Then why doesn't he say the wives of Indian actors? Everything is a lie, Kea. Happiest lives of, yes, Bollywood cougar wives, exactly. Bollywood setting overseas and now in UK. There is racism for Hindus. Even Cruella Devi looks better than Gauri Khan. Well summarized, short and sweet, true review of Bollywood vibes. Ridiculously trashy show. Yes, Devinishi, absolutely. In Navratri festivals, people will start sharing memes where they show that Hindus are worshipping goddesses and other in reality they rape women. They should rename it as Pathetic Lives of Desperate Bollywood Wives. Here, when you say Rupal in Navratri, this is what happens. See, let's not be generalized as this is what happens. If you're talking about Bollywood portrayal of this, yes, I agree. Other than that, I mean, there are so many good things that happens during these festivals. So I believe that you're speaking against Bollywood, so I can understand. Gauri Khan's comes like a high school girl with a mini skirt on, which she had made two ponytails too, and a lollipop as well in her hand. Sometimes I also question Sushan's choice in Friends. How did he not see this? True, this. I agree, Meena ji. Sisters showed hardly any emotions looking at SSR's body. I saw the video those days. The bullshit, yes, bullshit of the show, yes. Nothing special in it to cover. They're all exposed. Welcome, Sharmila. So we're just towards the end of the show. Watch Vivek Agnihotri's 10 Deadly Gangs of Bollywood to know what these Bollywood vibes are all about. Kalindi. Sometimes I also question, yes, his friends, yes. Rupali, that's the opinion of the so-called wokes of Indians abroad, led by the pathetic Veerdas. Yes. Meena ma'am, I remember you saying those bitches are on heat. I think so too. They are really on red heat, and husband's getting old, and I guess they can't perform in bed. So Joker is a diversion. Yes. Because see, if you look at the way Ranveer Singh was behaving and the kind of, the photo shoot that he was showing them, it was like, they couldn't control themselves. What was making them go, like this into some kind of a, ecstatic heat wave? So, friends, on that note, we'll end this show. See you on Monday. And Monday, as you remember, friends, it is the 26th. Please join us and show your solidarity on World Bindi Day. And come dressed in beautiful wear and also wear the beautiful bindi. And for men, I would request you to come in Indian attire and wear your tikka. So let us show support completely for this cause, which is pride in Hinduism and pride in being a Hindu. Good night.